feel like this is a dating profile, like eHarmony. Like, hi, I'm Jonathan. This is my '79 Volvo, and if you want to be with me, yeah, you have to put up with all my shit. Like that's what I feel like right now.
I'm Jonathan, and this is Anti-Purist.
Welcome to Bill Diaries. Oh, go ahead, open your beer.
This is like the first time I've ever opened a beer. Look at that.
Nothing. They never fizz up on camera. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Jonathan. Been building cars for, I don't even know, long time. Always worked in automotive industry. Did welding and fabrication for a while. Still do it, but just on the side.
So tell us a little bit about your car here. What year, make, model?
So it's a '79 Volvo 242 in luxurious brown that's been faded by sun. It's what's left of it as well. So it's got a NASCAR frame, or chassis really, pretty much just the frame rails of a cup car, the lower suspension pickup points, and that's pretty much it. Did the cage myself. It's more or less 2 WRC spec-ish. I mean, there's a little bit of stuff that I've changed and just more or less for the car to fit it, but this is kind of what's been going on for a while. I bought the car in 2012 or something like that. It's been through a bunch of different things, but this is where it's at right now. So with the NASCAR, it's a Red Bull chassis, and then it went from that, it went down into what was Nationwide, which is now Xfinity, and it was run by Rusty Wallace's son, Stephen Wallace, and it finished 3rd in Canada. So that's this chassis. It's cool that we have some history about it, but it'd be really cool if this is the chassis that spun Tony Stewart out, that Brian Vickers drove at Sonoma. I don't know if it's that chassis, but that'd be pretty awesome.
We know it's definitely the one where he got his hair pulled.
As here is Stephen coming in. Whoa, okay, well. Jim, what's going on?
Yeah, where Stephen Wallace got his hair pulled in Canada. That's who we bought it from.
Yeah,
was Stephen Wallace. So.
All right. So, did you make any changes to the suspension, or is it just going to be the NASCAR setup, or?
Yeah. So the suspension, doing front coils in the rear, but we're doing front coilovers instead of the bucket style spring catch, which is what NASCAR uses. We still have the adjustment that they did. We're using Ron Sutton's, I don't know what it's called exactly, but it's the same thing. Realistically, it's just a screw that pushes or compresses so you can change ride height of the vehicle. And it's a street car as well, so we wanted to have a good race setup on it where it's nice and low, and then we didn't want to kill a car over speed bumps, so that's why we have it to where it can raise up a good bit as well. So this is pretty much at ride height. The rear suspension, it's still using the 9-inch rear end with the truck arms. So that's the same. I thought about doing an independent rear. I thought about doing multiple different things, but in the long run, I already had the pickup points and everything like that. I was like, we'll just keep it. I've had to woe myself down a lot because the car has been through so many changes. Because originally it was just a F20C swapped Volvo. Then I knew the rear ends would crack or trash in them, so I was like, yeah, it's probably not going to hold that much power. It could have, but you know, whatever. Then I was doing a rear clip on the car to do a 9-inch because I don't like 8.8s. So then I was going to do a 9-inch and a 4-link, but then more or less this chassis came up and it just kind of took over.
All right, so what motor do you have in the car and why?
So the motor is a 2009 Acura TL. It's a TL 3.5 liter and got a bell housing for that, and then it's running Andrews transmission 4-speed. The reason why is I wanted to mix up, like, my interpretation. If you took like the Australian supercars and mixed it with NASCAR a little bit, so it's going to be it's a V6. It's going to be turbo, probably single. I don't know about twins. We'll see when we get there. Right now, the idea is going to be a single 42R Garrett. Power realm, we're looking at around 1,200 to 1,500 horsepower, depending on nitrous and stuff like that as well. So yeah, we just decided to go rear-wheel drive and just kind of didn't do some trick aero stuff on it. Just love the car. I just wanted to push myself and see how far, how crazy. Just, I don't know, like mix of old school technology and then new school kind of. Like, I don't want to do a period correct build, but I also don't want to do something where it's got 90 bajillion sensors on it. In my opinion, the perfect era of motorsports, late 80s, early 90s, early to mid 90s. That raw, badass, crazy, like these guys were just sitting around like, how can we fuck shit up? I mean, it's like, Group B, Group C, NASCAR, just pretty much everybody was just going absolutely crazy. Formula One. They're like, oh yeah, whatever, it'll work.
Yeah.
Send it. Whatever. Woo! You know, this Ric Flair, you know.
Yeah, everything was better in the 80s and 90s, right?
Everything was. I mean, when I met Ric Flair at his bar in Charlotte, it was right by my old house. I mean, he was awesome. Love Ric Flair. He's the man. But it was just like, I don't want to say don't meet your heroes kind of deal, but like, I mean, he was drinking. It's back when he was drinking, and you know, he answered his phone. He was like, "Woo!" It was Rick, and I was like, "Yes," because I wanted to ask him to do it, but you know, you don't want to be that guy. So, but no, I mean, it's kind of like that, like, you know, mullet, long hair, just not giving a shit, jorks, you know, like just, I don't know, it's a mix of everything, you know. $900 tires on $100 wheels.
Nice. Priorities.
You know what I mean? Like, but these are the wheels that NASCAR cars run. So, you know, $1 million cars running $100 wheels. So, you know, versus Stance Boys with Nanking's $50 tires and $4,000 wheels.
Yes.
Get your shit straight.
Tires exactly are.
Okay, so they are the rear tires off the Lamborghini Countach. And it's the only vehicle that uses these tires. It's a 345, 35, 15.
Great Scott!
These are 15 by 12s made by Aero Racing. We want to keep this section width. We might go up to an 18 as well, just because there's a lot more compounds available when you go up to 18, so more racing. This is kind of like a really hard, old school kind of compound. It's not super grippy. It's not like a Trofeo R. It's not like a, you know, R88. What's the new one? R88 R?
R, yep.
Yeah, which there's too many R's in that. Or the 555 Nittos, or the Michelin Pilot Super Sports 2. Like, so more or less this section width, but it's hard to find 335, 345s that are going to be around this height. This is like a 25 something inch tall tire, 25, 5 or 6. So overall height, I want to stay under like a 26 and a half. So if it grows another inch, it's okay. But that's also why I have the adjustment in the suspension. But yeah, so these got a little off topic there, sorry. These are all on all 4 corners. So 50 by 12s all the way around, 345, 35, 15s all the way around. So it's, that's why it's got this crazy stick out. I don't know if you can really see that on camera, you might be able to, but it's gonna have custom Wi-Fi.
What's your intended use for the car?
Intended use mostly is just drive the ever living crap out of it. I mean realistically, like, I want to go to tracks, you know, I want to do, you know, Grid Life or, you know, maybe even a World Time Attack event, go to that, just have fun with the car. Like, my biggest thing is to build the car for yourself and just enjoy it and have fun. And that's it. So I'm gonna drive it on the street, it's gonna be a street car. I'd say primarily street use would be the primary, but also go to tracks and do absolute mind-boggling stuff. So, because I mean, you're not going to be able to do what the car's capable of on the street. There's just no way around it. So, it's going to be a mix between the two, and just, I don't know, I just really want to build a really, really hardcore street car.
So I know you said it's gonna be a street car and hardcore, but are you planning on doing like AC, heat, power steering, or is it gonna be like how?
Oh yeah.
How are you gonna mix this?
We live in North Carolina. It's gotta have AC. AC is just a comfort thing, man. It really is. Like, let's say that there's some event and I'm absolutely crazy and I want to drive across country. I want to be able to do it, and I want to be able to do it comfortably.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in there sweating and dying. I mean, I had that with the CRX. Like, I mean, the car looks awesome, but the problem is that it's a dark green. It's olive drab green. There's no AC. There's no airflow in the car. I don't know. It's just little stuff. Heat. Yeah, I mean, there'll be a little, because obviously the AC will be in there, so you'll have a little heat thing, but it's not going to be like a crazy heater.
Yeah.
Power steering, yes. We got a rack in it. It's one of the tiniest racks I've ever seen. So, but yeah, it'll have power steering. I might put a camera in it for backing up or something like that, just because it's going to help. But yeah, just little creature comforts, nothing crazy. Putting cameras as the side mirrors, so then you don't have any crazy weight coming off that, because that's like one of the worst thing for wind noise is side mirrors and aero. So unless you're Ferrari, then you just mount one halo.
Yes.
And it doesn't work.
Shots fired. I know you've been working on this project for a while now. How long do you think before it's finished?
I mean, that's the question of, is the project car ever finished? I mean, that's realistically, I mean, stuff's always going to come out, like, you're always going to be touching and filling and stuff. So, I mean, I'd like to get it running under and driving under its own power very soon. Hopefully, I would love for it to be within 2018. But I work a normal job. I work and I make normal money, so it's like, oh, okay, I found this for $200 and this is badass and I need to pick it up because this is something, or what half this car pretty much really is just adapting. It's got an Andrews transmission, which is like $10,000 in it, but you know,
I'm pretty sure that trans is about twice that.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm saying like a used.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Used good ones, like 10 Gs.
Yeah.
I could have done a TKO, Magnum, 600, blah, 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 whatever all this stuff is on there. But that's not late 80s, early 90s badass.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like 4-speed, just flat foot shift, just not care, just huge dog engagements on them, just like, screw it, man. Like, that's it. It's just goes back to the raw, nasty, badass speed. And I just want the car to be really, really raw. Like, just this, like, you look at it and you go, God, that dude was either possessed or something. Like, that just looks crazy. Like, why? What? That's the whole build. I mean, it's been 2012, 2013 when I got the car. So it's been roughly 5 years already. But it did get worked on for 2 of those years at least.
Yeah.
At least. So life gets in the way, stuff like that. So, and like I said, I mean, sometimes you gotta step away from project cars, build up a little bit of money, come back and do that. If you're not a millionaire, or you don't make a lot of money, or you don't live at home, and life catches up to you. So you got to do what you got to do.
All right. So just one last question for you. I know, I have the same problem that you have. We're addicted to cars, so I know, you're like me, where you have something else in mind for the next project. So I know we have several small ones around the shop, but what do you think is going to be the next big build after this car is pretty close to being done?
It's a good question. So this car is supposed to start out as a rally car, and then it turned into a track car. I've always, I really love rally racing. I really love off-road racing, Baja, everything like that. So I'd really like to build like a Group S car, like the Group S MR2.
Nice.
I'd really like to do that, but it's all money, it's all perspective. I mean, it's like, how crazy can you go? It's shit. I mean, it's limitless. You could take any car and anything and make it insanity. Or you can make it not. I mean, I would love to do, there's so many cars I'd love to build, I don't even know. God, it's a really hard question. Yeah, I mean, I would say something like that, or everybody always goes trophy truck. People don't understand how much those trucks are. It's like pre-runners now, I mean, you're looking at $500,000 plus.
All right.
Have a good one.
All right.